What's up guys, Kevin Cage here with another XRP update. I hope you enjoyed the previous video. Now let's get into this one. Ripple and the Central Bank of Brazil hold a private meeting. Now this was back in June 2020. It leaked initially and then it was later confirmed. Of course, Brad Garlinghouse and Chris Larsen discussing via even a Zoom call due to the pandemic with the president of the central bank. One of the BRICS nations, of course, Brazil, massive need, tons of friction in the payments ecosystem. A lot of Ripple partners like DLocale have been expanding throughout this area as well. And we can even talk about PIX, P-I-X. Now, Anderzel was actually sharing this. Remember this, could they potentially have discussed a central bank digital currency? Perhaps a private version of the XRP ledger? Yeah, of course they did. Even James Smith is right, dead on below. Keep in mind, banks have been longing for privacy features before using an open source technology where Jane Doe or John Doe can see every transaction they do. That's not practical. The benefits of the XRP ledger are absolutely practical, but they still there's going to be trade-offs, so they need some privacy features. What did Ripple do? They have a perfect private fit. They are giving them those privacy features now. Seems kind of obvious now, but in hindsight, it always is. So this is all good and great. I expect to see a lot more out of Brazil in the future, even with the Brazilian real and the on-demand liquidity corridor. So we'll keep an eye on that. Of course, all the speculation seems wild until it isn't, time and time again. Now we're just waiting for price to finally follow suit. Next, remember the one time when XRP, the digital asset, was determined to be a virtual currency, aka not a security, by the Department of Justice and FinCEN, and this was in 2015? Well, the SEC sure doesn't, or they're at least pretending not to remember. This is a game of chess, not checkers. I did, in fact, retweet this if you guys are curious. This is just on the fincen.gov website. Of course, Ripple did, in fact, in 2015, get a fine, get slapped on the wrist with these penalty fees like anybody, and they move on. All the world's a stage, and that is for sure. Also, another great resource for anybody new, and I just want to shout them out. This is a great website, xrparcade.com. This is developed by Leonidas. Now, you can follow both of these accounts on Twitter, Leo and Arcade, or Arcade XRP, and this will just show you a good little timeline, and I'll just kind of go through this nice and slow. And you can see the entire timeline for Ripple, XRP, the developments of the XRP ledger, and you can even date it back to 2004, way before Bitcoin was even created. So it really makes you wonder, guys, how deep does this rabbit hole really go? All right. We already talked about this, talked about Central Bank of Brazil. Now we have Stuart Elderati, General Counsel for Ripple, just kind of noting a few things. Notably, with full transparency to the SEC, XRP was listed on 200 plus exchanges, billions of dollars, and we've seen the amounts in the past, and XRP were bought and sold monthly. Many market makers had daily XRP transactions, all good and great, and third-party products not developed by that of Ripple, and they used XRP, guys. Keep in mind, there's many SDKs being built. The decentralization of the XRP ledger has grown. Look at the validators. Even if you want to look at the UNL, there's no contesting this whatsoever. And by the way, Stuart Elderati is not just your average Twitter lawyer. He is representing some of the biggest names in the industry. I encourage you to go look at him and look at his expertise with 30 years of legal experience. So I'm not going to pretend to know all the verbiage in the lawyer space. I talk to my lawyer friends for that. I pay attention to other people that at least give their opinions in the space, like Jeremy Hogan, John Deaton, Jesse Hines. I appreciate all of it, and I don't take everything is like gospel, but I use it to formulate my own opinion and decide what is best for myself with my investment decisions, just like you guys should do with anything. Every video I do, every video anybody does, it should not be taken as investment advice. Connect the dots for yourselves, and we're all just going to keep learning together. Overall, I'm really looking forward to see what the SEC's response is to all of this, because everything they're saying, it seems like they're just putting their foot in their mouth, and I'll talk more about that, especially with even Coinbase in a little bit here. Right here, guys, PayPal CEO reveals plans for this new crypto unit. So we can see CEO Dan says the company's crypto forays will expand beyond the buy, sell, and hold. That's what we want to see in this ecosystem. We know that the value add of crypto is much bigger than just holding it as a speculative investment as well. Right here, in an exclusive interview with Decrypt, we can see that Schulman explained how PayPal is racing to adopt the next era of financial technology, including by launching a business unit dedicated to cryptocurrency, first announced last month. There is a ton of opportunity for us to be helpful in creating that next gen of infrastructure. That's what this business unit is about. He added that part of the mission is to advance the utility of digital currencies. Let's hope so. Next up, FTX CEO Sam Bankman ranked as second biggest blockchain billionaire. We can see the CEO now is wealthier than the Binance CEO CZ according to new rankings. Wow, and I know many of us have talked about the FTX exchange before. Note to self, if we ever have a time machine, go back in time and start a crypto exchange. See right here, according to the researchers, his wealth amounts to around $10 billion following FTX's rapid growth in 2020. Awesome. And we can see even Armstrong, CEO of Coinbase, of course, his net worth has increased 11-fold over the past year from 1 billion to 11.5 billion. Wow, essentially kind of like the growth of the total crypto market cap that we discussed last video, talking about since the March crash, up over 1,000%. We can even see CZ of Binance, his net worth has increased only by 200% over 2020, reaching about 8 billion. So these are rough estimates, of course. I love the wording here, only 200%. When you're a billionaire and your net worth increases by even 20%, that is substantial. Keep in mind, CZ was one of the biggest up-and-coming CEOs of any exchange, in late 2017, 2018, essentially going from nothing to a billionaire in a matter of months. So that is overall just very impressive. We'll keep an eye on all of this development, of course. We can see Jed McCaleb right here ranked. Let's see, Winklevoss, all these guys, Pantera Capital, Tim Draper with, of course, Unstoppable Domains, Jeff Bezos, Elon Musk, of course. So interesting, always just fun to kind of see these amounts. You can even see Ripple CEO right here as well. All right. Next, Colombia's first commercial bank to pilot crypto services. This is happening across the board, guys. Crypto as a service. So if Banco de Bogotá will use the test to explore business models and risks around crypto assets. Cool. All good and great. We can see right here there's going to be some sandbox testing. No surprise there. Selecting a limited group of clients for the pilot who will be given the option to make cryptocurrency deposits, withdrawals using Banco de Bogotá's mobile and virtual banking channel. Very cool. Trends are your friends. This is going to be happening. We can see P2P marketplaces being developed. We can see crypto lending, BlockFi, Celsius Network, Nexo, now with Flare Networks getting going, and hopefully a lot of people in the XRP community all learning together. I'm going to be learning with you, trying to learn how to develop passive income by really leveraging your current crypto holdings, whether it is just by staking or any other means. So I'm excited. The future is bright, and eventually crypto is going to start evolving. I mean, it already is. Maybe I'm just late to certain aspects, but it's really going to turn much more into or much less into just an investment vehicle. It's going to revolutionize all of finance. Right here, just wanted to reference this quote from CoinDesk. The SEC did not even tell crypto trading platforms that it viewed XRP as a security, Ripple claimed in a new filing. This is why I'm so confident. Keep in mind, I have confirmation bias. I hold a lot of XRP. I've been researching this stuff for years. I hold 30 plus assets. I live and breathe the crypto space, just like many of you watching this video. But overall, I think we get out of this. I think we make it out of the storm, and we are going to see better days. So I'm not about to leave when everything is starting to get really interesting, when we've been praying and just waiting for this clarity to happen. So we're finally here. It's not fun, but I believe it will be worth it. That is not financial advice, guys. Anything can happen, so do not be fooled. But overall, maybe I'm an idiot, but I think that XRP is going to be absolutely fine and will be one of the big contenders in the future, because when it's moved historically, it moves fast. So once again, I didn't leave when it got tough or scary. I'm going to be here. I'll be hated regardless. I don't care, because I believe that XRP is going to change a lot of lives in the future. Right here, XRP Crypto Wolf. I'm just going to touch on this. I know everybody's covered this. Ripple compares XRP to oil and even diamonds in its response to the SEC's amended complaint. There's so many good arguments. I really just don't think the SEC has any strength left. I mean, they're trying to make an example of them, but I think they really underestimated, Ripple's strength here in their arguments as well. So Ripple holding a large percentage of crypto is similar to even Exxon holding oil, other groups holding diamonds, other groups holding whatever you can, whatever commodity you can imagine. They want the ecosystem to survive and thrive. And just like I tweeted, I went on a little Twitter rampage earlier. It is in Ripple's best interest to distribute that escrowed XRP to everybody. They don't want to just hold a huge portion. If they wanted to cash out, they could have sold in, at $3 in 2018. No, if they don't want XRP to be at $3. They have their eyes on something much, much bigger. If they can actually create and enable a true internet of value, connect the repositories of value, continue to decentralize this ledger even more, and incentivize every holder, every builder, every user of their network, this is not just going to increase the daily volume of ODL. This is going to increase everything, specifically the value of XRP over time. This is big boy stuff. This isn't a pump and dump. This is true institutional money flow we're talking about in revolutionizing the world of finance and displacing the correspondent banking network. It's meant to create a sustainable and mature marketplace that is highly liquid with tight spreads that incentivizes market makers to come here. This is going to be huge, guys, if successful. If successful. There's always a huge if, of course. And I have to preface that before I get carried away, because I'm passionate about this stuff. But if successful, guys, XRP, the digital asset, will not go to zero. It will go down in history for being one of the greatest digital assets that successfully dawned this internet of value for not only just cross-border payments at first, focusing on these low-value little remittance corridors, but that is just the stepping stone. You have to build this foundation and make it solid before building a skyscraper. Getting in the DeFi, we know their head of DeFi is working hard. We know lending, line of credit, now private ledgers. For XRP is the bridge asset. It's not me, my idiot self sharing this news. You even saw Monica Long talking about using XRP between central bank digital currencies. So please, if you think I'm crazy, that's fine. We'll see, everybody's crazy until they're right. But the future is bright, in my opinion, for XRP once we get out of this storm once and for all. Also, so talking about this, all these entities owning a large amounts of commodities, like I said, diamonds, we can see Exxon with oil, we can see Bitmain with all of their huge position of Bitcoin, and yet XRP is a security? Now, yeah, maybe they sold it in an uncompliant way early on, or the holders, executives have a lot, and Ripple has a huge amount of escrow. That does concern the SEC if Ripple does become a multi-trillion-dollar company. I get that, but why did they have to attack the XRP holders and the market cap of XRP? Like, there's a lot of things that they could have done differently. They could have figured this out years ago. And now, they finally have to swallow this pill. They're going to give regulatory clarity, the good, the bad, and get this out of the way so that there is no glass ceiling over XRP any longer. And I cannot wait to do YouTube videos at that point. It's going to be so much more fun. Because, the people that, hold on now and keep the faith, they're the ones that are going to reap the rewards. Like, I have no doubt that my bag is going to continue to grow in the years ahead. The people that, can come, they're going to be bandwagoners. They'll come back when XRP is $1. I'll welcome them with open arms. But it's a lot smarter, in my opinion, to do your research. Do not act out of emotion. Calculate your risk. Only invest money that you can actually let go of and comfortably observe these markets, because I think it's going to pay off massively. And that is not financial advice. One man's opinion who just researches a lot like you guys. Also, and we're almost done here, Visa is winning the battle for crypto cards. It's now poised to bring crypto as a service to financial institutions, just like we're talking in Colombia. So the world's largest payment companies are investing in building for a digital asset future. Funny, so we talk about PayPal, we can see all these exchanges getting, big headlines. This is the future, guys. There's going to be FUD in the market. There's going to be hype. Everything is cyclical. The pendulum is always trying to find balance of, speculative and reality, just always going back and forth. And in that volatility is massive opportunity for people that can kind of see the perceived value in the actual value and make moves accordingly. Some of the best investors in history were not even the smartest. They were just cold and calculating. All right, so now I want to talk about this. This video clip is like 2 minutes. It's must see. This is tax season. If you are not filing your taxes, I highly recommend you look at this specifically for anyone in the United States. So this is TaxBit. I've been trading for like 4 years. I've used a variety of platforms. This is my go-to. You have different accounting methods, FIFO, HIFO. You can even have specific transaction IDs linked to your crypto. So say I have 100,000 XRP I'm holding for the long term, but I'm trading other XRP in the meantime, trying to improve that short-term bag. Well, it has an actual tax identification that will hold that XRP that I don't trade, and it'll know that I'm not selling that early. So I'm not going to incur short-term capital gains. I'll be able to capitalize and make the most and save the most money out of this market when all is said and done. And it's been well worth it for me. I just connect my exchanges via a read-only API. I use an OTC broker. I just get a CSV file. I send it over to TaxBit support. They upload it for me, and I'm all good to go. I can download the 1099. It's just so streamlined. I've used other services. I'm not going to bash any other platforms, but keep in mind, everything I talk about, I legitimately use because I take my reputation very seriously. And I just wish that people ask me all the time what I use, and then when I tell them, they get annoyed. So this is one of the platforms I use. It is linked in the top of the video description. We have a discount code available. So keep in mind, they are backed by Coinbase Ventures, PayPal, Winklevoss, Capital, whether you like them or not, of Gemini. All in all, I'm excited for the space. Now I'm going to play this video clip. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will catch you in the next video.
If you're like most cryptocurrency traders, you are constantly buying, selling, and exchanging a wide variety of coins. Oftentimes, people think that taxes only come into play upon the sale of coins to fiat currency. This assumption is incorrect. With the recent tax reform in the United States, the IRS amended the laws surrounding the taxation of cryptocurrencies. This means that every time you exchange a coin for a new coin, you realize a taxable gain or loss. You mean I am supposed to take the time to track every single coin transaction on every single exchange I use, figure out how to run complex tax calculations, and then report everything to the government? Well, yes, that is correct. But now you don't have to do any of it yourself. TaxBit will. TaxBit is a robust software platform that will take your entire cryptocurrency transaction history and run it through our proprietary tax calculation algorithm. TaxBit calculates your personalized tax rates and shows you your real-time tax liability while giving you continual visibility into the tax impact of all your trades. That's not all TaxBit does. TaxBit provides a way to withhold taxes throughout the year as gains and losses are calculated, so that you don't have to worry about being hit with a huge tax bill all at once. Never again be in the dark when it comes to taxes on your cryptocurrency transactions. With TaxBit, you will be prepared.